PNG Power receives new transformers. Prime Minister signs Conservation Treaty. And NDOH launches Digital Health Strategy. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malinta Yopolo. Thank you for joining us. PNG Power Limited Chief Executive Officer Paul Bailey said PPL needs to improve power reliability.
Chief Executive Officer Paul Bailey said PPL is very reactive to power reliability.
And so we're not enabling ourselves to get forward and start to do a preventative program, a maintenance program. And that's really the big thrust.
Noting this, Mr. Bailey elaborated on the issues facing PPL's Ramu grid.
One of the very big issues that we have, particularly on the Ramu grid, but it's not just confined to Ramu, is around line clearance. So getting access to clean the vegetation off our lines, because every time they hit, we knock out the power, and then we've got the whole problem of the lines going down, the transmission going down, or distribution networks going down.
However, he said PPL is working towards maintaining power reliability for its customers at the Ramu grid.
We now, within PPL, have 3 drones now. In the old days, we would bush bash people down the lines, just cutting things. This time, we can run a drone down, and we can do many kilometres in a day, whereas days gone by, people might only be able to do 2 or 3 or 5 kilometres in a day, and that would be a good day. So now, that's the use of technology we're going, and that will start to inform the way that we go about managing the network.
Mr. Bailey acknowledged PPL's Chief Technical Officer, who is starting to look at the way in which PPL manages its grids. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Kumul Consolidated Holdings Limited has presented 2 new transformers to PNG Power Limited for their Bomana and Kanudi substations in Port Moresby yesterday. This presentation was done by KCHL Managing Director, Professor David Kavanagh as part of KCHL's ongoing commitment to stabilizing and modernizing electricity grids in the country.
Professor Kavanagh said the 2 new transformers were bought with a total of 4.2 million kina, adding that the transformers will last for 30 years.
Bought by the Balanced government under its PNG Power Stabilization Program of 211 billion, of which 111 million has been given to KCH, and KCH working closely with PNG Power to provide the appropriate specs, technical specs to buy transformers and major infrastructure for PNG Power.
He said KCHL is working in collaboration with PPL to meet the growing demand for power.
So there is a growing demand for power. Demand is out there. We want to bring that demand back onto the PPL grid. Demand actually in terms of installed power for the POM grid has exceeded 156 megawatt. So demand is going up, and we just need to build confidence.
He appealed to PPL to ensure that appropriate maintenance and operations are carried out for the 2 new transformers. He also encouraged PPL on asset management to build relationships directly with factories.
That is basically to ensure that the layers of decision making is reduced, so you are procuring more efficiently directly from the factory, and that our engineers at PPL communicate directly with the factory around the specs.
PNG Power Limited Chief Executive Officer Paul Bailey said the 2 new transformers will build reliability and confidence for customers.
People that pay our wages, our consumers, and we want to look after them, and this is an important step.
Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, in response to the two new transformers that were presented to the Kanodi and Bomena substations, PNG Power Limited General Manager Simo Kaupa said the transformers will restore the two substations. It was revealed that the transformers will be commissioned in 2 weeks' time. The National Department of Health today launched a digital health strategy in Port Moresby. This is a clear blueprint that will improve the quality and efficiency of healthcare services in the country. The department launched a digital health strategy, Provincial Health Authority digital toolkits, Tropical Diseases Strategic Plan, and commemorated Papua New Guinea eliminating trachoma as a public health problem. World Health Organization representative Dr. Seville Useinova said digital health will build a more connective and smart responsive system.
The strategy addresses everything we need to move forward: ICT infrastructure, staff training, data privacy, interoperability, and tools that are safe, secure, and user-friendly.
The PHA Digital Toolkit will empower provinces to plan and monitor services with data at their fingertips.
Therefore, the digital tool is now available for district health managers to use to routinely monitor their health facilities and inventory, and can be used to fully audit a health facility against the national standards.
While the Tropical Diseases Strategic Plan aims to address diseases that are present in the rural areas, it was announced today that PNG has received a certificate of trachoma elimination from WHO in Geneva.
This is not just a health victory, it is a human victory. Trachoma is one of the world's oldest known infectious causes of blindness. And now in PNG it is gone. You didn't eliminate trachoma, you eliminated blindness.
The Health Minister noted the elimination of trachoma as a public problem in the country is a historic step forward in the journey to eliminate preventable diseases. Meanwhile, the Health Minister, Elias Kapavore, disclosed that out of the 21 provincial health authorities, only 16 have presented their annual reports for 2024. Minister Kapavore said it is required under Section 28 of the Provincial Health Authorities Act to present annual reports in the month of March.
PHAs, we need to improve on our reports. We have 21 PHAs, only 16 present their annual report for last year.
Following the amendment on PHA Act 2023, only 2 PHA CEOs presented their quarterly report for this year.
That says that all the CEOs must present quarterly reports, not only waiting for 12 months, but quarterly. This year, only 2 CEOs presented the report for the first quarter of this year.
He said the performing CEOs must be acknowledged.
I need to confirm the name and announce it tomorrow in my next speech. The CEOs who actually presented their first quarter report for this year. We need to acknowledge these performing CEOs and acknowledge them as well, so that others who are still slack and who are still tracking everybody catch up and move together with us. I'm a performer. I expect results.
Provincial Police Commander for Jiwaka, Acting Superintendent Laimo Asi, has confirmed that a police officer based at the Barnes Police Station was arrested and charged last week. He was arrested following an attempted rape of a woman in the police station cell block.
Provincial Police Commander Hasi explained the policeman has been suspended from all official duties.
For this case, the police officer, constable, has been arrested, charged for attempted rape, and he's been detained, no bail, suspended subsequently, and he has to appear in court, which he appeared on Friday.
In a phone interview, PPCRC said the convicted policeman was issued a warrant to be detained in the CS facility while he waits for further court arrangements.
And a warrant was issued for him to be detained at CIS at Barawagi for further court arrangement.
He highlighted there is no difference when it comes to enforcing law on those committing crimes. He strongly emphasized that all citizens, including police officers, must be dealt with accordingly.
So, as I've said, the law is there, everybody has to comply. For the police officers to commit such criminal offences, I don't think there is a difference there. You must be dealt with accordingly.
PPCRC elaborated that those disciplined through the law and authority will help the policing authority in Zivaka.
We have to gain the confidence. We have to gain the confidence of the people. Trust and confidence so that our policing activities that we want to enforce in wherever command, like in Zivaka, I want everybody to comply and perform their duties with respect and dignity.
Benson Wema, National MTV News.
National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab saja nak? Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, like I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hatok Man, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. Prime Minister James Marape has joined 148 world leaders in the 3rd United Nations Ocean Conference this week.
These 148 leaders are united in urging urgent global action to protect the world's oceans and marine resources and foster sustainable development under Global Sustainable Development Goal 14 on oceans and seas. The 14 goals have 10 targets with its key areas, including sustainable fishing, support for small-scale fishing, conservation of coastal and marine areas, reducing marine pollution, protecting and restoring marine ecosystem. The conference started yesterday and will conclude on the 13th of this month. Prime Minister James Marape said PNG is at the heart of the Coral Triangle, is home to 7% of global biodiversity, 1/3 of the world's tuna stocks, and the 4th largest coral reef system on the planet. He said PNG must ensure there is a strategic leadership in the country to make sure that the maritime zones, exclusive economic zones, and its resources are better protected. He reaffirmed his government's strong position against seabed mining, adding that this is not in the best interest of the country, given the complex issues. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister has signed a treaty on conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity of areas beyond national jurisdictions.
The signing took place today after Prime Minister addressed the United Nations Oceans Conference. Prime Minister said Papua New Guinea is proud to stand together with the international communities in signing this agreement. He said it also reflects PNG's unwavering support for multilateral action and responsible stewardship of the global common. The agreement addresses 4 main areas, which are marine generic resources, measures such as areas-based management tools, environmental impact assessments, and capacity building and transfer of marine technology. It also addresses a number of cross-cutting issues. The agreement is open for signature by all states and regional economic integration organizations from 20th September 2023 to 20th September 2025 and will enter into force 120 days after the date of deposit. Prime Minister Marape reaffirmed PNG's continued support towards a treaty on plastics which is being currently negotiated and urged that this be concluded soon. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary has taken a step to embrace the gender equity and social inclusive policy in its corporate plan under Pillar 5.
During a 3-day workshop held in Port Moresby, Deputy Commissioner of Police and Chief of Administration Dr. Philip Mitna said it is the RPNGC executive management that gives prominence to the JC policy. Dr. Mitna outlined that the problem is the disconnect between the police headquarters and those operationalizing plans, which makes the policy work. Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Human Resources Division, Guy Varitinga said under his leadership, he aims to introduce several directives to strengthen implementation of JC policy. This includes urgent review and update of JC policy, appointment of a RPNGC JC policy coordination and implementation committee at ACP level, and the creation of a JC branch and budgets to support JC rollout across all commands of RPNGC. Moreover, he is aiming to appoint JC focal point persons in the divisions and review and enforce the JC complaint process in the RPNGC to reinforce discipline. Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
The Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, has announced that the Pacific Marine Industrial Zone, or PMIZ name, will change to Medang Integrated Economic Zone. Minister Maru said the economic zone will be launched in the coming months.
The plan to change the name to Medang Integrated Economic Zone is to cater for businesses of other sectors and not just marine or fisheries sectors. Minister Richard Maru made this clear for public knowledge and understanding.
To have other associated industries like manufacturing plants, we could have a shipyard, we could have big container yards storage, warehouses. So it will be not just fisheries, we'll be catering for so many other sectors in the one zone. That's why we are saying the name will be changed to Medang Integrated Economic Zone. So all of a sudden we have to have water there, we have to have power, storage, new wharf, and all that.
Mr. Maru explained that the funds for these projects are ready.
The funds are ready on the government side. We are waiting for the state team to finalize the state agreement between the shareholders. And I'm hoping that in the next week or so that will be ready. It'll go to the state solicitor, he will clear it. And my hope is that by next month, Prime Minister will launch what used to be called PMZ, but now Medang Integrated Economic Zone, by me launching Medang next month.
Meanwhile, Minister Maru said both the government and RD Tuna are ready to launch the project. Louis Mango, National, EMTV News.
The Mineral Resources Development Company responded to parliamentary remarks made by the member for North Fly, James Donald, concerning MRDC's management of Western Province derived investments.
MRDC in a statement said they are not a custodian of resource fund and they are not a development agency. They are a long-term investment partner mandated to create enduring revenue streams and wealth for landowners and provincial government beyond the life of Oktedi Mine. The restructure of the shareholding of Oktedi Mine resulted in the Oktedi landowners, the CMCA communities along the Fly River, and Fly River provincial government collectively owning 33% of the Oktedi Mine. The Fly River Provincial Government is the sole beneficiary of the Fly River Provincial Trust, which is owned by Mineral Resources Oktedi 2 and owns 12% in OTML. Since the shareholding structure, MROT received total dividend of 339 million kina from 2016 to 2023. Of this amount, the outflows were investment at 122 million kina, tax to IRC was 40.7 million kina, school fee subsidies was 13.5 million kina, provincial government was 81.4 million kina, and DDAs for 3 districts received 122 million kina, of which North Fly DDA was paid 40.6 million kina, and as exclusive management, supervising and control of the funds. MRDC said the investment are made for Western Province. This investment include hospitality, Hilton Hotel Port Moresby and Pearl Resort in Fiji. Portfolio include Fly River House, Prestige Apartments and other commercial properties, Dirio Gas Power Plant and Pasca Gas Project, BSP shares, Pacific International Hospital shares, ASX and POM SOX listed stocks, and PNG Air shares. The company stated that all investment are providing reasonable returns and a long-term asset growth for the company. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
The member for Sumka and Vice Minister for Petroleum, Alexander Suguman Om, welcomed the arrival of the MV Scorpio, a newly acquired landing vessel purchased by the Sumka District Development Authority to enhance sea transport and service delivery across the district.
The MV Scorpio successfully completed its maiden voyage, sailing from Port Moresby to Alatau and arriving in Medang on Saturday afternoon. The vessel was purchased at the cost of 1.3 million kina from Lamana Development Corporation, demonstrating Sumkar DDA's commitment to investing in essential infrastructure for the benefit of its communities and build the district internal revenue. The member for Sumkar District said the MV Scorpio is more than just a vessel. It represents the vision for improved connectivity, reliable service delivery, and economic empowerment for the people. The MV Scorpio is capable of carrying both cargo and passengers and will be vital in transporting medical supplies, school materials, building resources, and economic goods to remote, coastal, and island communities within the Sumkar district and even outside, depending on the partners and stakeholders who are interested to hire the vessel. Mr. Om explained the importance of such strategic investments in enabling government services to reach the district and ensuring no community is left behind. The captain for the vessel highlighted their first experience on the maiden trip. He said they did not experience any issues while traveling. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the Nest Fund market report. The Kina closed unchanged at 0.2434 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina was buying 0.2359 US dollars, 0.3593 Australian dollars, 0.1986 euro, and 33.75 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copper closed unchanged, palm oil closed unchanged, crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower. The ASX 200 is trading higher. The All Ordinaries is trading higher. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family, living each day knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 Kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 Kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local markets. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. Governor General Sir Bob Dadai with the Secretary for Works and Highways and Managing Director for KTP Engineering Limited have signed a contract for the Boeing Market construction in South Bougainville at the Government House today.
The South Bougainville District Development Authority has allocated over 12 million kina for the construction of the Buin Market. South Bougainville District CEO Peter Kamuai noted that this project is heavily supported by the DDA and local MP Timothy Masiu. The contract of over 12 million kina has been awarded to KTP Engineering Limited. Mr. Kamuai said the market is regarded as a Buin International Market because Solomon Islands will also benefit from it.
I think the people of South Bougainville, especially the Buin people, they are happy to have that market built there. And then I would like to thank the Papua New Guinea government, especially the National Works and the Procurement Commission and all the various agencies who have in the process where now we governments are signing up.
Meanwhile, Secretary for the Department of Works and Highways said the project is fully funded by the DDA. However, his department will provide technical management of the project. Gibson Olemba said the development of the market is part of the Connect PNG infrastructure under the PNG Medium-Term Development Plan No. 4. Infrastructures like markets, telecommunication, power and water supply, special economic zones, and others.
Today, we are witnessing a social infrastructure, as we call it, a Buin International Market that has been signed. We look forward to working with a contractor, KBT Engineering, who signed the contract today. Signing is one thing, but executing it according to the design and according to the time, it's a 365-day contract. It's a 12-month contract, meaning that the contractor has to finish it in a year. So,
Mr. Olemba said after the contract signing, his team will prepare the pre-commencement conditions and present it to the contractor. They will commence the project in the third quarter of this year. Louis Mango, National, EMTV News.
The Southern Highlands Provincial Administration and the Department of Personnel Management conducted job interviews for several senior positions in the administration. This was done at the Imbongu district recently.
Interviews for 27 senior positions from grade 16 to 19 of the Southern Highlands administrative structure were conducted at Walume. The interviews were spearheaded by the team from Department of Personnel Management based in Port Moresby. Deputy Provincial Administrator Mr. Kenneth Kelly said that the positions were advertised during the reign of former Provincial Administrator Jerry David in 2020. Kelly said that interviews started with 3 Deputy Provincial Administrator positions in which 9 candidates were shortlisted. Shortlisted candidates for the respective CEO positions for the 5 districts, which are Kagoerave, Yalibu Pangia, Mandi Muniu, Imbongu and Nipokutubu, were also conducted. Divisional advisors and sector manager positions were completed towards the end of the week. Mr. Kelly said this is part of the restoration exercise imposed to restore administrative functions that have fallen apart over the years. Mr. Kelly said that they will look into the bottom line positions later in the year. The administration is expected to employ a total of 837 people after the completion of the recruitment process this year. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
A school inspector in Oro Province is calling for government's assistance to ease their ways to inspect schools to ensure they meet and provide quality education to the students. In a recent visit to Ajoa Primary School in Tufi local level government, the primary school inspector for Tufi Inspectorate, Willie Amos, says many schools in the area are inaccessible. Mr. Amos has been serving in the area for over 15 years now and says the main challenge is transportation to the school sites. He says many remote schools in Tufi are inaccessible by road and is even riskier to reach during bad weather.
Unfortunately, when we had financial situations until today, my mobility to the primary school has not been effective.
He urged the provincial government to look into these logistical challenges and provide better support for education officers working in remote areas.
Struggling. We can't move anywhere if we cannot get support from the government. So today that I'm appealing to any levels of government, either provincial government, the district government, or the local level government, to step into the education services so that we can actually carry out our perform our duties so that we can see quality. Quality that we want is it's through constant monitoring of school activities at the school.
He said Tufi is not the only area in Oro province that is struggling. There are schools in parts of the province, including Kokoda, that are facing the same situation. The remote St. Mary's Adjoa Primary School has joined the world in celebrating World Environment Day on June 5th to the 6th. With the worldwide team of Combat Plastic Pollution and the national team Go Green, Breathe Clean, teachers and students of Adjoa engaged in various activities aimed at raising awareness about environmental conservation, cleanliness and sustainable practices. Senior teacher Charlie Ombea expressed the school's enthusiasm for participating in the significant global event and says it is to educate the children to look after their surroundings.
That means we have to keep our vegetation green. If our vegetation, the forest and all this, the environment, the surrounding environment, we keep it green by maintaining the forest, we will have clean air to breathe.
TVET Inspector for Oro Province and the guest speaker for the event, Kotilda Koriwa, urged the students to take responsibility for their natural surroundings.
The most important thing that you should remember is that when you look after your environment in return will look after you.
The event concluded with a tree planting ceremony where students and teachers planted several trees around the school grounds. Moving to overseas news, lawyers for the crew of a civilian ship which had been trying to deliver aid to Gaza argue Israeli force unlawfully intercepted the vessel in international waters.
The Freedom Flotilla ship had been travelling to Gaza after setting sail from Sicily, hoping to break the Israeli blockade of Gaza by sea. But in the early hours of Monday morning, Israeli forces followed through on their threats to intervene, storming the ship off the coast of Egypt. Israeli commandos seizing control of the vessel and arresting the crew of 12 activists, among them 22-year-old Greta Thunberg. Israeli authorities are trying to make an example of the group, criticising their mission as being more about getting selfies for social media and promising to force the group to watch a video about Hamas's attacks on Israel on October 7, 2023, upon arriving on Israeli shores, ahead of efforts to deport them. There were significant delays in reaching Israel. Despite the ship being intercepted in the early hours of the morning, it was well into the night before it reached Ashdod port, halfway between Gaza and Tel Aviv. The relatively short distance between the interception point and the port, leading to speculation Israeli authorities wanted to control how much of the ship and the crew could be seen. Earlier, lawyers for the crew accused Israel of acting illegally.
We're basically talking about people who were sailing in the international waters, and then Israel basically captured them and abducted them into Israel. And even the legal procedure they are willing to take is not, it does not apply to them.
Although a former Israeli military lawyer insists the country does have the right to act in the way it did, given Israel's naval blockade of Gaza has been in force since 2009.
So once a naval blockade has been imposed, there is a right, even an obligation to enforce it. Enforcement could be done not just with respect to actual breach of such a blockade, but also if there is an attempted breach. And then you could just enforce this also on the high seas, from the moment when they have made their intentions clear.
The legality of Israel's conduct here will be debated for some time, in the same way as the validity of that naval blockade has been for the past 15 or so years. This situation does serve to highlight the significant restrictions Israel puts on access to Gaza, particularly at a time of a heightened humanitarian crisis in the war-ravaged Strip.
Russia and Ukraine begin one of the largest prisoner swaps of the war so far.
Back on Ukrainian soil, years of captivity in Russia finally over for some of Ukraine's youngest soldiers. This the result of an agreement reached a week ago. Hundreds more POWs to follow in the coming days. Mom, I'm in Ukraine. An hour later, the soldiers arrive at a nearby town. It's a very different reception, greeted by the families of the missing, all desperately seeking news. They don't know if their fathers, brothers and sons are dead or alive. No joy here, just anxiety, hope mixed with dread.
It might sound strange, but I really wanted my dad to be wounded. I knew anything could happen. 2 other family members were already missing. When I found out that he'd gone missing too, that was the most painful thing.
The men have been held in prisons all over Russia and occupied Ukraine, some subject to grim conditions.
They spent a lot of time in Russian places of detention without any visits of International Red Cross. Their health conditions are very poor. They have no sufficient food. They survived a lot of tortures.
Every time a recently returned prisoner emerges, they surge forward. This is a moment of great relief for some people, but enormous anxiety for a great deal more. Valera has been gone for more than 3 years, captured in Mariupol early in the war. He wants to help identify the missing, but the men he knows are all much thinner. Russia welcomed home its soldiers too, airlifted from Belarus to an airbase outside Moscow. One of the largest prisoner swaps so far, now fully underway, but still no sign of a ceasefire.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Truka Sports. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab Sajina. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Your stay, your house, your home.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom more bundles. Top up now.
I know that every man, woman and child of our new nation shares this moment of pride and happiness.
EMTV proudly wishes Papua New Guinea a happy 50th anniversary. Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The league launched on Saturday at the PNG Football Stadium, officially kicked off the matches at the Tarama Aquatic Center.
In the opening match, Hekari United FC outclassed Highlands United 6-3, setting the tone for a competitive tournament. Ralph Komara proved too strong for Port Moresby strikers, powering to an 8-3 victory with a commanding performance. The main game of the day saw a high-scoring showdown between Copa 8 and Sepik FC. Copa 8 flanked out Sepik 9-7 in an exciting clash. With more matches lined up in the coming days, the league is off to an exciting start. Teams will now regroup and refocus as the competition builds momentum. In a recent interview, PNG FA President John Kapenato extended his gratitude to the competition team led by Paul Isarua, Leo Jakanduo and Tonga Esera for their efforts in bringing the league to life. He also noted that work is underway across the country to ensure futsal competitions is successful. He highlighted that the futsal and beach soccer are the newest competitions sanctioned by the PNG FA, joining the existing Premier Soccer League, Women's Conference Soccer League and the National Youth Soccer League. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The Port Moresby Corporate Volleyball Competition has released the official draw for round 13, set for Sunday, 15 June 2025.
Teams in the men's Premier Division and Division 2 men are on standby and not on bye. Organizers have advised these teams to be ready in case they are called to play. In the women's division, both women's Premier and Division 1 women teams will play double headers. The Port Moresby Corporate Volleyball Competition has also issued a strong reminder on uniforms. All players must wear proper team uniforms. If players wear mismatched shorts, their opponents will automatically be awarded 5 points, head start in both the first and second sets. No points will be awarded in the third set. ID checks will be strictly enforced. All players must present a valid POM CVC ID before taking the court. Those without an ID card must show their official work ID. No ID means no game. Organizers say these steps will ensure fairness as the competition moves closer to the finals. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
The Moniplus Port Moresby AFL competition got intense over the weekend with some tough and exciting matches.
The weekend clash in the A-grade division saw the Garrow Magpies outclass the Concept Kobonis with 4 goals and 5 behinds to 2 goals and 4 behinds. Lamana Dockers defeated University Tigers by 6 goals to 7 behinds to 5 goals to 9 behinds. Another tough encounter match saw the Gordon Skokoffers stress the newcomers, the Skyroos, with a total points of 93 to 16. West Eagles beat Gerika Bombers 34 to 29. In the women's division, the Garrow Magpies flogged Lamana Dockers with 11 goals and 6 behinds to nil. Concept Kobonis beat West Eagles 25 to 2, while Skyroos beat the Bombers 23 to 14. In the reserve grade, Kokofers beat Skyroos 54 to 27. Bombers defeated West Eagles 23 to 13. Magpies outshined Kobonis 27 to 8. Uni Tigers sent the Dockers home packing with a 52 to 12 points. This weekend we'll see another exciting encounter as teams fight for their top spots in the round 1 of the competition. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream, Gullah Cone Ice Creams, Gullah Stick Ice Creams, and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams. Gullah, Gullah, yum.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, like I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hatok Man, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Watching Trukai Sports. The IBSU Crushers Rugby League team is set to represent IBS University at this year's Vice Chancellor's Cup in Lae, with strong support from the university and its leadership.
The IBSU Crusher is a rugby team from IBS University at 11 Mile in Port Moresby. The club was formed in 2021 to promote teamwork, discipline and education through sport. The team is part of the UPNG Rugby Football League and is also linked with PNG Rugby Football League. The Crushers are coached by former PNG Hunters player Mr. Blend Abavu, who is also a student with Southern Cross University, affiliated with IBSU. They have played in the Vice Chancellor's Cup in the year 2021 and 2023, and now they are getting ready for this year's tournament at Lae in Unitec. The team leaves Port Moresby on June 22nd. The tournament will run from June 23rd to 27th. To support the team, IBS University has given 79,500 kina. The funding came from school founder Sam McNaddis with support from Vice Chancellor Dr. Ramachandran. On May 8, the club launched its 2025 campaign. Special guests were Stagrot Amin and Miss Rose Hagua. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Two development officers from Cricket PNG joined other sports leaders at the National Sports Development Forum held last month at the Research and Conservation Foundation Transit House in Goroka.
Kionaki Gaudi, Senior Development Officer, and Tahuni Tom, Development Officer, represented cricket at the two-day forum organized by Child Fund PNG, supported by Child Fund Rugby. The event brought together around 20 participants from different sporting codes and provinces, including Morobe, Western Highlands, and Mount Hagen. The forum focused on leadership, gender equality, and roles of sports in community development. Officers took part in team exercises, storytelling, and planning sessions aimed to getting more women and girls involved in sports. Gaudi said the forum helped her connect with other leaders and share her experience as a woman in sport. Tom also said the event helped him better understand how sport can support communities. Cricket PNG's participation shows its commitment to using sport to support leadership and development at the grassroots level. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
This Thursday on Sports Scene, we talk about the SP Sports Awards night this weekend.
For this year, we received a total of 210 nominations.
And we chat with Cricket PNG about the recent Grassroots to Global Forum. Sports Scene this Thursday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we know. There is more to what the future holds. You be holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With Money Plus, we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. Southern region, Port Moresby, mostly fine to partly cloudy. Darrow, mostly sunny to partly cloudy evening with some drizzles. Kerema, cloudy with evening showers to rain and thunderstorm. Alotau, partly sunny to fine to partly cloudy evening. And Popondetta, cloudy with evening frequent showers to rain and thunderstorms. In the Momasa region, Lay City, occasional evening heavy showers to rain and possible thunderstorm. Medang, afternoon to evening showers to rain and thunderstorm. Wewak, occasional showers and possible thunderstorm. And Vanimo, few showers and thunderstorms, then fine to partly cloudy evening. In the New Guinea Island region, Lorengau, mostly sunny to partly cloudy evening. Kavieng, partly cloudy with few evening showers to rain and thunderstorm. Kokopo and Rabaul, becoming cloudy with evening heavy showers to rain and thunderstorms. Kimbe, evening occasional heavy showers to rain and thunderstorms. And Buka, becoming cloudy with evening occasional showers to rain and thunderstorm. And in the Highlands region, Mount Agan City, moderate evening showers to rain and thunderstorm. Goroka, Barnes and Kundiyawa, becoming cloudy with evening occasional showers to rain and thunderstorm. And Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy with evening frequent heavy showers to rain and thunderstorm.
The Weather Up was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Tuesday, 10th of June 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good nights.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
Hello Trogada, welcome to House and Home. I'm your host, Jordan Dangi. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. You know, it's a really good time to rest and also spend it with family